Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to everyone here and on the live stream. My name is Reese Lord and I am the Games Master for this hour and the following 4 hours. To give you an idea of what we're doing here, this is a tabletop role-playing game. What that means is these wonderful individuals around me play their own unique characters with their own sets of abilities and skills that they can apply to certain situations. I, as the Games Master, control the world. That means I am their allies, their enemies, their ship, the islands they explore, and the seas they sail upon. You're right, mate.
All good. That nearly fell over. My apologies.
To give you a brief recap, seeing as we've had 135 hours, these wonderful individuals are all crewmates upon a ship known as the Spirit of the Horizon, a scientific research vessel that was sent to investigate an island that seemingly appeared overnight. Whilst investigating, they found a large brown soapstone tablet. They took it, and doing so, awakened an old dead god. In a last-ditch attempt to escape from the god, they read the spell upon the soapstone tablet and teleported themselves into an entirely new reality, with new races, species, a whole new world to explore, and social structures to understand. Where we pick up, the crew of the Spirit of the Horizon have been sent to an island known as Nagar, an island inhabited by these snake-like individual known as Nith. They arrived in the island and have started to meet some of the locals, but have found it dense and thick with forest. With their guide, Yuskit, at their side, let's see how our adventurers fare. I'm going to give our adventurers a chance to introduce themselves, starting with my far left. Tell us your name, your character's name, your class, and what they do on the ship.
I'm Joe. My character's name is Gans X, and he's a gunner on board the ship, but mostly does security.
Excellent.
I am Dan, and my character's name is Keith. I am a dragonborn bard, and I have been working in the kitchens for a lot of the time, but I'm not a very good cook, so they just mainly make me play the lute for their entertainment.
My name is James. Almost got confused. My character is Jeffrey Wigglebottom, a sorcerer extraordinaire and rap battle master.
True.
Yes. I am the head of the research department's assistant, and I'm very perturbed that she's doing a job at the moment. Well done.
My real name is Neil. My character's name is Nigella, and I am the ship's quartermaster.
Okay. Never mind.
Quartermaster's
we
assistant.
pick up.
Yeah, he's going to have to be because we've got a quartermaster.
Yeah. Galbert.
As assistant.
We pick up as our adventurers stand in this very dense, thick jungle, overgrown with vines and multiple exotic flowers. The humidity is high and the heat is intense. You're standing there after having a brief conversation with another Nith individual who goes by the name of Sithath. As you're standing there and this individual slithers away with his guards, you get that familiar tang on your tongue. The hairs on the back of your neck stand on end, and there is a bright flash. And standing in the clearing with you are two of your other crewmates. The elf wizard and the halfling rogue have disappeared, and standing there are two new individuals. You've seen them around the ship, of course. What would you do? Well, gentlemen, what were you doing before you were transported?
Sharpening my axe, which apparently has disappeared and been replaced with someone's sword.
If you want it to be an axe, it can be an axe.
Oh no, it's back.
It's back? Okay.
I was polishing the weapons in the armor.
Okay, so you both appear. One of them is sharpening a weapon. The other is there very carefully polishing a sword. What do you do?
They look much more prepared than people have just left.
Gosh, we've got some fighters. Hey guys.
Do you know how to use these?
Absolutely.
That's fantastic.
Yuskit speaks up. What is this? How did this happen?
We've got a bit of, I guess you'd call it kind of a problem where people keep randomly swapping in and out around us. I think it's some sort of bloody magic. How do you and your people feel about magic, by the way?
Some of us utilize magic.
Okay, cool.
I am a cleric of the Snake Mother. I use my abilities to heal, but also to harm.
Good. Well, I'm glad you're our guide. I'm glad to have you here.
We should keep moving.
Yeah. This is. Hey guys, this is Yuskit. You remember from the ship. She's pretty awesome.
Hiding in the bag. Yeah.
Hello.
This is my man Nigella. Man? Woman Nigella. And this is. I want to say Gernst.
Gantz.
Okay, I spelled it
Gantz.
wrong.
Dance.
Hello, gentlemen and lady.
She's got such a sexy voice, isn't she?
We should move. The winding path is near.
Oh, and guys, keep your eyes out for some Hydra.
Everyone make a perception check. Oh gosh.
Finally.
19.
19.
18 plus 6, 24.
Nice one.
I got 7.
Oh no, sorry, it's 9.
9.
Oh man.
Better. You begin to be led through this thick, dense wood. The flowers overgrown, the vines hanging from the canopy. And in the distance, you do hear as something's moving through the trees and breaking off branches.
Direction.
It appears to be coming from in front of you and off to the right. Continue forward, you skip leading the way. Come on, we're almost at the winding path.
Guessing I don't hear that.
Do you not?
I mean,
The snapping branches, no.
Cool.
You both don't hear it. You two do.
We inform the rest of the party.
Yep.
Oh no. Try and be quiet.
I'm gonna draw my light crossbow just ready.
Okay, excellent.
Stealth roll.
Yes, if you wish to proceed stealthily. Those of you who are wearing heavy armor, which is both of our fighters, you roll with disadvantage. Which means you roll twice and take the lower of the two numbers.
Be a 7.
7.
8, which is annoying because the other was 19.
Plus 2.
Oh yes, so 10.
I got 13. But as we all know, you only move as quietly as your loudest member.
That's true. You hear off in the distance, as even you begin to hear us now, the snapping of twigs comes breaking of trees. As these two large footfalls begin to move towards you. You look off into the woods and you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 heads on long, thin, green, scaled necks. This is a hydra. You look off to the other side and you're being flanked. Another one begins to move through the trees as we enter initiative order. Can I get everyone's dexterity scores very quickly? Watch.
Plus 2.
Plus 2. Your actual score.
14.
14?
12 plus 1.
Plus 0, 11.
14 plus 2.
Who out of you gentlemen would like to go first?
Jati? Ladies first.
Okay, I'll get that.
Okay, so remind me of your character's name very quickly.
Nigella.
Alright, so we head into initiative order. Nigella, you see this creature moving towards you, its head writhing as it breaks down trees. It's currently about 35 feet away from you. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna try and shoot and blind it.
Shoot him blind? Okay, roll an attack roll for me, please. Describe where you're aiming at. Which head?
How many does it have at the moment?
5.
5. I'm gonna aim for one of the central ones for it.
Okay. So as it comes round this tree, you line up your shot. Release the bolt.
And 12 plus 9, so
21 will most definitely hit. Roll damage for me.
um, 10.
Okay, so the bolt is released and it hits the creature just beneath the jaw. As its head was writhing, moving around these trees, you couldn't get a clear shot. But it digs into this creature's jugular, dealing a fair amount of damage. 1 moment. You still have 2 more attacks as a fighter, but you've got to reload that crossbow. So that will take up 1 of your attacks.
So I'll reload and I will fire again.
Okay, so with your quick hands, you pull the string back, load in the bolt, and release another shot.
19.
19.
And that's a critical with.
That is a crit with your champion fighter ability.
Yeah, so 19 plus. 10.
He's crit, means he instantly hits.
Cool.
Just great, no jealous.
Damage. 5 plus 8.
Roll again.
You roll the dice twice and add
Crit.
1.
so 5 plus 1 plus 8 is 6 plus 8, which is 14 damage.
Nice. It's plus 8 plus 8, isn't it? 16.
No, you don't add the modifier twice.
Cool.
Okay, so you release the bolt again, and this time you've split the original bolt and dig even deeper into this creature's neck. It writhes in pain as the head severs and falls. Okay, so next up, remind me your character's name once again?
Gantz.
Gantz. What would Gantz want to do?
I'm gonna get up at his grill.
Okay, so you proceed forward, your heavy footfalls in this deep mud. What would you like to do?
I make an athletics check to try and climb on top of it and attack from its body.
Of course, make an athletics check as you try and climb this creature.
I do that while action search.
I'm actually going to allow it as part of your movement.
Okay. 12 plus 6, 18 plus. Yeah, 18.
18. So, you grab in between 2 of these creatures' necks and force your way up onto the torso. You now have a clean shot at its back.
I'm gonna load up some attacks on it then.
Okay, make your attack rolls.
Is this the same one that he was attacking?
Yes.
It's gonna be a 17.
17. That will hit.
Give me 16 damage.
16. Wow, okay.
Slashing.
So you come down with the first attack with the sword. You still have 2 more attacks as a fighter.
It's gonna be 12.
12.
Not gonna do it.
This time you just can't pierce the creature's hide. 1 more attack.
13.
13. That won't hit, unfortunately. You come in, and as you push your way through the necks, you bring the sword down, full Legend of Zelda style. You pull it up, and as you keep coming down, you haven't got the momentum this time to pierce through this creature's hide. Okay. Nope.
This guy.
Can you roll a d6 for me and tell me what you roll?
6.
Okay, you're going first. What would you like to do?
Now that we've got Gantz up on the Hydra, I'm a little bit reserved to unleash breath weapon. How far away am I from the Hydra?
You are currently around 35 feet away from it.
35 feet, so just outside my range anyway, so that's fine. I am gonna. I might.
Time for another
I
round.
think. Do you know what it actually might be? I think I'd rather inspire you guys than
I think it takes the other one I got.
than get involved. I'm wondering whether there's bonus action for bardic inspiration.
It is a
isn't there?
bonus action to bardically inspire someone, yes.
Grand. Well, in which case, oh my word. I really don't know.
Okay.
I might look at oh yeah, hold up.
Do a bunch of things. Wow.
Can do
You
it.
could
Oh,
viciously mock it.
I forgot about the spells, and yes, I will viciously mock that Hydra. 'Cause sorry? Use your spells.
Don't worry, I got this.
Grand.
I know!
Okay, so what do you say to mock this creature? Which one are you aiming for? The one that's currently engaged in combat with him, or the one that's approaching from the other side?
So I'm going to help this guy out. Obviously, he's on a Hydra, so
Yep.
he maybe needs a bit more
Well,
support.
his head won't grow back because you just delivered a vicious burn. It's funny if you know.
I don't defer.
Hydras
I
weakness.
don't defer to Jeffrey for my.
Okay.
I thought it's a good effort.
I know.
I say, I look it straight in its eyes, and I say, "So many heads. Shame you've got no brains." Boom, and like
It rolled.
He drops the mic.
yeah.
It rolled a 3 for its saving throw. So roll 3d4 worth of psychic damage.
10 tears roll down. Sorry, 8. He's lost the head.
2, 4, 3 plus 3, 7.
7. Okay, you mock this creature and it stops for a moment. Its heads reel back, looking at each other,
Thank you.
and you see the corner of its reptilian mouth turn down.
That was even my best.
Great. Great. It's now the Hydra's are you going to do anything with your bonus action?
Yeah, I think I'm going to bardically inspire everyone within 60 feet who can
You
hear
can
me.
choose one person.
Choose one person.
Can I just put this? What's Usk doing at the moment? Is she hiding?
It hasn't got to her turn yet. You don't know.
I'm pretty inspired by Captain Jumpsalot over here, so I think it's going to be. I think I'm going to try and
I'm
bardically
only
inspire
Lieutenant
him.
Jumpsalot.
Lieutenant Jumpsalot, my apologies.
Baron
I'm going to
Jumpsalot.
inspire Gance with a minor ditty.
Oh.
It's very quick.
Of course.
I thought he would like it. And it goes a little bit something like, "Go Gance, take your chance. Go Gance, you've got to take your chance."
Gance is Thought we were gonna have
Beautiful.
Lovely.
You take 1d10 inspiration,
Thought we have a little double act.
which you can add to any roll.
A little,
Okay.
little rap break, but it's fine. Yes,
So-
always the two of us.
It's now the Hydra's turn.
Sometimes it's just him.
It's going to attempt to throw you off its back.
Very good.
It's roll an athletics check for me.
It's going to be
16. You remain on this creature's back as two of its heads come back towards you. So the first attack is a 22 to hit,
That's going to hit.
and the second attack is a will not hit with a 15. So you take you take 24 points of piercing damage. Ow! As this creature's bite comes down on your shoulder.
Ow.
Okay, the other Hydra is going to make its way towards the rest of the party after hearing this commotion as this wonderful loot noise comes in. It's going to make all 5 of its attacks towards you.
Hey.
Oh no! Oh,
God!
no!
No.
I don't count it.
Okay.
That's a 21 to hit.
What am I comparing this to?
Yeah, to your armor class.
Class, yes, it definitely is.
He does not have
I do
shield.
not have shield.
Alright, that's 21 to hit.
Yep,
Then the next one was 14 to hit.
that does not hit.
That was a 12 to hit.
Does not hit.
That was a 13 to hit.
Does not hit.
And the last one, that was a 16 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay,
Lucky man.
Still 2 of them, mate. Come on.
Mate, my last
15.
session, I was ravaged.
you take 22 points of piercing damage as one bite comes down and cramps onto your shoulder, the other bite onto your thigh as they release. The other 2 heads just dig into the ground as you try and duck out of the way. Okay.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, how's it going? It's your go.
Guess what I'm going to do?
What are you going to do?
I'm going to turn to the one that's just tried to attack him.
Yep.
And as a quickened spell,
Yes.
I'm going to cast Hold Monster
That's
for
a
the-
wise move.
for the fans. Fantastic.
Back
Use roll a
roll.
wisdom save.
What's your DC?
17.
It rolled a 16. The creature, as it's pulling back from its attack, just about getting ready to come in for its second round, it freezes in place. How does this spell look when you cast it?
It looks like paralysed with little bolts of electricity, kind of just like the Flash. The little bolts of electricity going around him.
Okay, excellent. So you look up at this Hydra after it's taken bites out of you, and you hear a small incantation. You see a small gesture from the sorcerer beside you as these electrical impulses cover this creature's scales. It is held.
Then, 'cause that was a bonus action,
It was a bonus action.
I'm going to use Scorching Ray on the other one.
On the other one,
Yes, who's had a head removed. Please.
of course. What level?
So, let me just put it back up again. Now, if I remember correctly, so, normally it's a
Second level spell, and as a second level spell, it does 3 bolts.
3 bolts.
It's 1 bolt for every level above that.
Let's do a 4th level and plus 5.
5.
No, 4. So in terms of the fire damage,
Yes.
does it need to be on the stump, like to cauterize the room, or could it be any part?
You can certainly try.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I'll just do 5.
Okay, so this creature isn't held. You do not have advantage on it.
No, that's
So-
fine.
It's just straight rolls.
Cool.
So roll your 5 attacks and tell
Okay.
me each hit.
That is
27 will hit.
Okay, good. That's 17.
17 will hit.
That is 18.
18 will hit.
That is 12.
12 will miss. It's the last
And
one.
that is 15.
15 will just hit.
That's 4.
Okay, 4. So that's 8d6.
Okay, fine. Give me some d6, guys. 2, 3, 4.
Oh, small, aren't they?
5, 6. And 2 more. I like rolling all at once. Chugga, 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 chugga. Mixed bag, mixed bag. That's half of them are ones, and the other half are sixes. That's 3.
Distinctly average.
Yeah. 10. That's 10 plus 12. That's 22. 27. Exactly 30.
30 damage. Explain how this spell looks to me.
I do one of the moves I normally do when I'm doing my rap spells. I kind of like as if I'm kind of doing like a kind of gang sign, and out of kind of every other finger, these rays fire out towards it, hitting each of the kind of heads in turn. One of them flies above, or next to one of the heads, is
Okay.
connecting, scorching a ray.
Okay, so these streaks of red energy fly out through the woods, hitting multiple heads, burning over the scar marks on one of the now stumps, dealing a significant amount of damage, enough in fact to remove another head.
Whoop whoop whoop! But you, whoop whoop! Sound of the sorcerer.
Okay, so it's now the Yuskit. Yes. It's now Yuskit's turn, and she's going to look out and cast. What would she cast? Exactly what she'd cast. She's going to. You look over at Yuskit, this reptilian-like individual. She reaches up with a hand. The hand turns, and on each fingertip, you see a dull green light. It reaches out and strikes the frozen Hydra, who rolls a 2 plus 5, failing, taking 8d8 necrotic damage as she casts Blight on this creature. 7, 12, 14, 20, 28. Oh my god, she's rolling really well. 35, last one. 42 points of necrotic damage.
Fan of his
I like to
gameplay.
think it's because of our song that stopped racism earlier a few days ago.
It was one of my favourite songs
Yeah.
of all time.
So she reaches out, you see this dull green light as these streaks of green necrotic energy strike the creature, piercing through its scales into its very being. And you see some of the life drain from this frozen creature's eyes as it just... Still standing. Okay, so, at the end of before the end of the turn, you look over to the one that you've been damaging, and the burn marks split apart, forming 2 new necks. The other one that you'd recently just blasted a head off also forms 2 new necks. The creature now has 9 heads. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. 8 heads, sorry. 8 heads. That would be awful if it had 9.
Isn't it 7?
I thought it was 7.
Lose 1. It'll be 7. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, my maths is awful today. Alright, 7 heads. Nigella.
How much fire damage do we need to do?
Maybe it's not fire damage.
What?
Maybe it's not fire damage.
Definitely is.
Nigella, what would you like to do?
Can you describe where
Okay,
they
so
are at the moment?
one of them has come up to your group as
Yeah.
you're standing in a line. It's taken 2 bites out of the bard.
Yeah.
And you've seen as the cleric has cast this blight spell upon it. You look over and engaged in combat, trying to ride it as if it was some sort of horse, the fighter, digging its sword into the creature's back, standing about 30 feet away from you, the one that you've shot bolts into.
Yeah.
The other one is around 10 foot away from where you are, engaged in combat with the bard.
I am going to go
Keith! Okay, how do you assist?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my longsword here.
Yep.
So, and where's Keith in? Are you in front of it or?
Yes, Keith is directly in front of it. As the creature's attacked Keith multiple times, it's brought its head back as it's going ready for another attack, but you look all over and it's covered in this electrical energy that's holding it in place.
Okay. I am.
If you were to attack it, you'd have advantage.
Okay. I am going to try and just pierce its hide where its heart might be.
Okay. Make your 3 attack rolls, all with advantage because this creature is currently paralyzed.
14. That roll with
Plus 10.
10.
24, that will hit.
17.
That will hit.
12. So 22.
All 3 attacks will hit. Roll damage for me.
3
11.
plus 8.
11
8.
plus 16. 27.
3. So 11.
So 38.
38 points of damage as you run into this creature. Explain your blows to me. How are you trying? Wow, that's actually a lot more than that. Sorry. Explain these blows to me. Like you're aiming for this creature's heart, and each time you're going in and you're finding purchase between ribs as you're dealing a significant amount of damage to this creature.
I'm basically slicing in and then twisting and pulling out.
Okay.
Slicing in, twisting and pulling out.
So you come in multiple times, attack, twist, pull, pulling out multiple bits of flesh and scale as you go. The creature does not. Well, creature can't move, so you don't know if it looks happy or not.
Probably doesn't look very happy.
It's
No.
just a tickle to it.
You're up. You're on this creature's back. What would you like to do?
Literally.
I'm going to angle an attack at each head.
Okay, excellent.
Well, at 3 of the various heads.
Okay, make your attack rolls for me and explain each attack as you go.
Okay, so I'm going to, bring the weapon up to sort of parry off one, because that 2 is not a hit. Getting one head, just sort of, nope.
Mhm. Okay, so what are the other 2 attacks for?
That would be a 27 and a 17.
Both of those will hit, yeah. So roll your d8 twice and add your modifier twice.
6 and 4, so 10, 18, 26.
Okay, you come in. The first attack, you parry one of the heads out of the way, bringing it around clean to the other side of the neck, and then the other side. What was the total damage?
26.
26. Nice.
Can I make a nature check, see if this is a normal kind of Hydra?
Yes, you can.
To nature.
It would be a nature check.
I know nothing.
What did you roll?
I got a 4.
Can I roll a nature as well?
On your turn, yes. Okay. So, it does appear to be a normal type of Hydra. As you clean heads off, they do separate and form 2 new heads. Thank you very much. Alright, so,
More fire.
Keith,
Didn't work last
Yes. How close am I to the Hydra that's like...
you are right in
I'm
front
right
of it.
underneath it.
But it's currently paralysed.
Grand. That son of a gun is going to get my breath weapon.
Okay, it automatically fails its saving throw
It automatic-
because it's paralysed. It can't duck out of the way.
Well, that's lovely. So I believe that's 3d6.
That is 3d6.
Well, that's quite nice. So that's
Welcome,
4.
guys.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 5 is 9. Plus 1 is 10.
10. Nice. Both of these creatures have taken significant damage from the party as you release your breath weapon. What does your breath weapon look like?
So it's very blue. It looks quite similar actually to Jeffrey's electrical energy. Like it's very sort of crackly around the edges, and it's a blue flame that will come out, and but it's like crackly around the edges.
Okay.
And so yeah, it feels a bit like a sort of a blowtorch when it's on
Yeah,
super
on high.
hot.
You look over at this blue dragonborn bard, lute in hand, as he opens up his mouth. You're expecting beautiful words to come out, but what you see is this deep blue, intense flame flicker upon the end of his tongue, striking out at the creature. As it hits, it follows the electrical paralysis energy coursing through this creature. Does a fair amount of damage. It looks pretty rough as you keep on attacking it and removing bits of its flesh. It's now the Hydra's turn. It's going to attempt to throw you off one more time.
Very good.
So, can I get an athletics check from you? 19. Once again, you're holding onto this creature. Just as it's writhing around, trying to throw you into the mud, you're just not having any of it.
Hydra rodeo is a traditional sport in my hometown.
It's going to try and make its way towards the party. It won't get a full distance because it's...
I'm very heavy.
Yes, you're wearing full armor. But it is going to make... 2 heads won't be able to reach back, but the rest would. So you would take 5 attacks. So the first one is a 23 to hit. 11 won't. A 27 will. Nope. And nope. You take 2 attacks.
Can I use cutting words to take some of that off one of them?
Yeah, I'll
So
allow it
it's
retroactively,
Okay.
but when I'd say the attack, you need to say I'm cutting
Right,
words.
okay.
Okay. So roll your d10 and I'll take it away from the lowest one.
It's 0, I'm afraid. Or is that
That's
10?
the 10.
Oh, well,
That's
in
the
which
best
case,
one.
So
it's the best one.
you only actually take 1 attack as... What do you say to distract this creature?
Can't wait.
Snake-like, more like date night. What? I know.
The Hydra
I'm
is
just
so confused.
so
It cannot bring
confused.
itself to attack.
Is this Dragonborn hitting on me?
It certainly is.
Okay, so you only take 1 attack.
It's got to die.
Much appreciated.
That's 10 piercing damage, as only 1 of the heads comes down on you this time. Okay, so it's now the other one gets to repeat its wisdom saving throw. Rolls a critical success.
That'll do it.
As you look at this other Hydra and it forces its way, the electrical energy impulses out and it begins to move again. Very, very frustrated. Okay. What would you like to do, Jeff?
Firstly, can I use the nature for my route?
Yeah,
I've got 18 on it.
these are traditional Hydras. They will take damage and regrow heads.
What stops them going heads? I thought.
What was
any
your- what was your-
fire damage? Did it?
Nope. You're thinking of traditional Greek myth. This is a monster we've created and have its own rule set. You can't just cauterize the wound, unfortunately.
Oh, I thought that. Yeah, I just that's what I.
It's okay.
And is there anything that stops it?
What was your what number did you roll for your?
I rolled 16, but got 18.
18. It appears to be when it takes a significant amount of damage in a short amount of time, one of the heads is removed and regrown.
Yeah.
Maybe not doing as much damage and holding it there for longer might have a different effect. What would you like to do with your turn?
I'm going. So hold monster. If you break it, you're not like immune to it for.
You are not. No.
I can just cast it again.
Yeah, you can.
Cool. In that case, I'm going to do the same, similar thing to what I did last time. I'm going to cast hold monster on that guy again.
Fails with a 7.
Yeah, quicken spell. So that is okay. And then I'm going to. If I do chain lightning, will it bounce between the heads, or will it just go between the two of them?
Can someone pass me the PHP very quickly? I just need to read the spell.
I know this. I'm just going to try and do a lot of damage in a short period of time. I'm going to do the opposite of what he just said to do. Because I can.
Yes, you can. You absolutely can. Don't listen to the GM. It's not like he's trying to help you out.
I just want to blow things up.
Of course you do. Like every player ever.
I've got a new
They
spell.
are within 30 feet of each other.
Chain lightning, 6th level.
They are within 30 feet of each other.
So it just goes from between both of them, and it's what, 8d10?
It's 10d8.
Okay, well, you can drink.
One of them instantly fails the dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
The other, what's your DC again?
17.
The other rolled a 13, so they're both taking maximum damage
Whoop,
from this.
whoop, whoop. So
Roll your 10d8.
D8 me up, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Ah!
That's right. I've short-circuited everything. So I've got 5. I just rolled it twice.
Okay, cool.
Okay, here we go. 4, 8 plus 6. That's 14.
14.
Plus another 6. That's 20.
20. Okay.
Remember. Plus, yes, this is better. Plus another 8.
28.
Plus 6.
34.
Plus another 8.
42 points of electrical damage. So both of them.
Nice.
That's right.
Does magic lightning conduct
He-
Zen?
Pardon?
No,
Magic
quite.
lightning conduct defenders considering I've been stabbing it.
I mean, it is magical lightning. I'm not going to force you to make a dexterity saving throw, and I'm not going to force the person that's currently riding one of the Hydra to make
Metal and holding a big metal bar.
Yeah, like a lightning rod.
It's got a wrap on the handle, surely.
A rat. It's got a burrito.
Both of these creatures take significant amounts of damage. As the electrical energy courses through these creatures, you hear 2 significant loud pops as literally one of the heads on each of these creatures explodes.
Just one. Okay. That's fine.
Do you want more?
No!
Okay, so once again, your compatriot is going to reach out and cast.
10 minutes.
Thank you.
That's not a spell.
Okay.
That face.
I'm so sorry. She's technically my boss in the game.
Oh gosh. She reaches out towards the other creature, the one that's not held. You see a similar twist in her hand. The incantation sounds exactly the same, but this time with more intensity.
Yeah.
The green lights intensify as once again the necrotic energy courses through this creature, dealing 10d8 this time as she casts it at a maximum level. That's 13, 17. Last one. She reaches out and you feel beneath your feet the Hydra just go limp as it falls to the ground, all of its head hitting the damp, wet floor. That's that one taken care of. Nope. The moving one.
I shall.
I'll kick it in the head for good measure.
Okay.
We know why. Do we know why? Okay.
No. Okay. So, it's her turn. Back to the top of the round. One of the Hydras regrows another head, now having 6. Okay.
That's better than the other one.
Yeah.
I feel like I think we're.
Nigella.
On average, there are less heads.
You're looking at this creature. It has significant wounds to its chest and legs. You've just kept stabbing away at it. It's regrown another head, and it's staring down at you. What do you do?
It's still paralysed, is it again?
It's still paralyzed.
Yeah, I'm
Hold
gonna,
monster, right?
I'm just gonna keep
What a
going
good
at it.
spell.
Just keep going at
Yep.
it.
So 3.
I would also recommend that this creature looks particularly rough, and if you were to use your action surge, you might be able to finish it off.
Yeah, go on.
Okay.
How much time?
You make 6 attacks, all with advantage.
19.
That's a critical.
20.
That's another critical. That's 48.
3.
3 plus. What was it?
13.
13. Yeah.
There we go.
17. So 27.
5 d8.
25.
25. 19.
68.
The critical.
8 d8. It's the last one.
18.
18 will
28.
hit. That's all your attacks. That's 9 d8. Plus the bonus times 4.
So plus
8.
8.
24.
3.
Is anyone adding this up?
16.
5. 1.
22.
4.
25.
6.
32.
3.
Mhm.
35.
Any more done?
Yep. One more.
7.
42.
Plus.
How do you want to finish this creature off?
Oh, I'm gonna cut it up for kitchen.
You're gonna make Hydra sushi essentially. You clean off the
I
muck
do not want
from
to eat
your.
your sushi.
You clean off the muck from your longsword, and you feel the adrenaline surge through your body as there's slash, 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 slash. As you look up at one of the Hydra's frozen necks, the head falls, and then it's just slice after slice after slice as it just falls to the ground. The rest of the body's still held because it's still under the effects of hold person, but this creature is dead. That's when we end the initiative off. Are you dropping concentration on hold monster?
Yeah.
Well, it's good to see that you are so useful in combat. But we should keep moving. We don't know how many more of these creatures are out there.
I'm gonna grasp my hand and go, moves. Try and shake it.
Thank you. May the snake mother guide you.
May she do
And
that.
she begins to move through these woods incredibly swiftly. Thank you. You make your way through this dense, thick woodland. Is there anything anyone would like to do?
I want to use perception to see if there's risk of any other creatures.
Roll a perception check.
Nature to see if the plant's poisonous.
Absolutely.
Can I add my inspiration dice on?
Yes, absolutely.
17.
17. And perception?
17 with my bonus.
Okay, so you look around and this area is wild and overgrown. There are multiple creatures that could potentially call it home, but you're not currently seeing any. Whatever was here potentially was scared off by these 2 Hydras. Now that they're gone, they might return. With your nature, you look around and there are multiple exotic flowers, fungi, vines. You look at some of the flowers and they have this beautiful pink and beige colouring. These large stems that seem to glide on forever into the air, and you look inside and they appear to be holding small cups of water, a small pool. As you observe, a fly comes over to it, begins to drink, and the stem back into the plant and grinds it up.
God, I hate plants.
It's a good thing that those kittens blight then.
It's like the film Jumanji with those big vines. Freaks me out. Sorry.
As you begin to make your way through this wood, eventually the trees become slightly more sparse, and you come to this large cave entrance that seems to sit on the side of this mountain. The trees continue up and up for as far as you can see. Where you currently are, there is not much daylight because the canopy is just so thick. You hear the sounds of animals ring through your ears. Quickly, this is the winding path. It will lead us to the city. Do you follow?
I'd like to check around this big entrance to see, like, is there any... I'm looking for traps.
Okay, make an investigation check.
4 plus 10, 14.
14. This cave does not appear to be natural. There doesn't appear to be any traps, but it's certainly not naturally occurring.
I'm not sure this is... I mean, this seems like it's been built by someone. This doesn't seem like it's a natural cave.
Something built it a long time ago.
Something?
Who's it, do you know?
Rumors, legends speak of a large creature that burrows through the ground, leaving a destructive wake in its path. Kids' stories, really.
The destructive wake, is that this tunnel? Is that the winding path?
As the rumors go.
But there's no hydras in these tunnels, right?
No.
Cool. Everything you say sounds sinister today. But let's go in anyway. I trust you. We're pals.
How big is this opening?
This opening is about 30 foot wide,
Okay. And...
30 foot tall. It's like a perfect circle.
That's a big mole.
Yes.
I mean, those hydras were significantly smaller than that. I mean...
The gateway to, like, the entrance to this cave, are there any jagged rocks like that? Like stalactites and what?
Stalagmites and stalactites.
That's what I said.
Those look remarkably like teeth.
Yeah. Okay. just check it.
It's actually a fairly smooth cave from what you see. As you enter, the darkness takes you. Those of you who have dark vision, which is
Not me.
Certainly not me.
none of you,
Yeah, none of you.
none of you
You
have
human,
dark vision.
you human.
We have a party without dark vision.
How does that happen?
Light a torch.
Two species that have...
Dragonborns don't have dark vision,
That's what I'm saying, there's two.
Can I...
and humans.
Can I use heat metal on my rapier?
I, for some reason, don't have light. That
Is that-
seems a
is
shame.
that
I mean, you do have dancing lights. I'm just
Oh,
saying.
I could do that as well.
Dancing lights.
Yes, it's the long torches.
What do your dancing lights look like?
No.
They're quite. They look like they're little sort of little blue like sparks.
Oh,
that
excellent.
sort of dancing around. It's quite raving.
Quick, I feel another one coming.
Okay, you enter this deep, dark cave and you mutter the incantation, and very quickly these dancing lights appear around the blue dragonborn. And you pursued your way in. And that's where we're going to leave this hour off. I'm going to hand over to our SM Naomi.
Oh, thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us for this 137th hour of Adventurers Wanted. If you would like to keep up with anything, come and play with us. We're both having the same problem by the looks of it. Come play with us or come and watch. You can buy player tickets from the Sweet Venues website and audience tickets from the Fringe website. We're also streaming everything live on twitch.tv/AdventurersWanted and live tweeting everything at Adventurers250 on Twitter. I am just going to pass over to people on any of our guest players in shows.
Yeah, we're performing Simon Stevens' Birdland at the space at Surgeons Hall Thursday, Friday, and Saturday this week at 10:50 in the morning.
Thank you very much. Dan?
I'm doing my show Google Drive at the Underbelly Medquad, 12:20 in the afternoon. Musical comedy with cool, fun stuff.
I looked it up, and Adventurers Wanted has a 95% correlation with Thoroughbred Diesel.
That's going in the show. That's amazing.
And James.
I'm doing a show called How to Be a Winner, in which I recreate every 90s game show from the 90s in an hour, and then we'll give you a trophy of my own face if you win.
Lovely, thank you very much. Where's it on?
You won't win. The newsroom at 2:30.
Thank you very much. All right, thanks everyone for joining us. We have a really quick 10-minute turnaround, so I'm going to ask you to exit through the door you came in through. Please tell people about us. A quick round of applause for our GM